Okay, the Magic Molder by LRH out in California. This is a very, very handy tool from hobbyists all the way up to professionals. Comes bubble wrapped, a little box there, a little spacer. In fact, let me get you one that's out of the box here. All ready for demo here. And it's got a little spacer that you can put on either side of it. You see it says Magic Molder there. They paint them a nice bright purple color. And that spacer can be put on either side depending on if you got a right or left tilt table saw. The plugs come bubble wrapped. Sometimes they come saying LRH on them. Sometimes they just come with a barcode and the P17 or whatever number there is. This is a P13, it's P17. Different profiles, different codes, beads, V-cuts, all kinds of different shapes. There's 82, I think it is. Might be 83 now. They keep coming out with new profiles. The beauty of this thing, it goes on your table saw. Now I picked one that's got a 1-inch bore here just because it wasn't shrink wrapped. We've demonstrated with it before. They're super simple to work. They give you a cut like the old Sears little 3-wing molding head, except these are extremely safe. In fact, I had a guy tell me that he had put them in, and see, here's what you do. You just you take the plug, and you've got a little groove here, and there's a little pin right there, and you slide that cutter. I can get my bearings here, trying to work upside down is a little tricky. You slide it in right there, and then you rotate it. And then you take an Allen wrench, and you tighten this baby down. And it tightens down, and you just hold it back, no pressure required. And then you do the same thing with the other one here. What was funny, the guy called and told me, it's the closest I've ever heard of any coming out. He had put them in like this, forgot to run the Allen nut down. Somebody called him. He went over and answered the phone and came back and started cutting with them. And they were still in the head, not tightened down. But as you can see, the cutting force pushes the plug back against that pin and that locking mechanism. He said, it'd make a horrible cut and a lot of noise. So I bet it would be. But anyway, you just tighten these two Allen on each side down to the tool, and it's locked in place. And to take it out, just reverse, you rotate it like this. Well, maybe it didn't back it out far enough. Very safe system. And with it having all those different profiles, you can do, see, and the Allen actually goes into that hole there. So you can see the Allen comes out, goes into the hole, and that pin is an integral part of the body. So this thing is not going to come out. It is just no way. Nobody's ever thrown any out, and they've been out on the market for probably 10 years. And again, like I say, I didn't tell you, they're carbide tipped. So you got 2 wings. They sell a head that's got 4 wings. And about the only time I sell one with 4 wings is somebody doing a solid surface material where it dulls the 2 cutters real quick. But them being carbide, they do last very well. MDF, particle board, natural woods. And I'm telling you, I've seen some, when LRH put on the demo and the last woodworking show they were at, you can make some beautiful molding, all kinds of decorative. You want to put a bead in the middle of a panel. The panel is 2 foot wide. How are you going to do it? You can't do it except with something like this. Put it on your table saw. Well, if you got a CNC machine, yeah. But if you don't, these things, this table saw, with this Magic Molder on your table saw, gives you the capability of we call it a poor man's molder. Very, very handy tool, safe and quiet. Does a beautiful job. You get a good finish. I've had one set come back in probably 5 years. And he called me later, and the shaft was bent on his table saw was the problem. It wasn't the tool. He rebought it, and everything was fine. But very reliable, very good tool. Thank you.